The press review this Thursday morning, we begin with Uganda, where the Daily Monitor has published an article on the lessons the country can draw from the fall of Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. The Deputy Secretary General of the ruling National Resistance Movement, Richard Todwong, just like many African politicians, reacted to the announcement of the resignation of the president in office for 40 years. He said the Zimbabwe situation teaches Ugandan leaders some lessons. Quote, "It teaches us that as leaders we need to do things in the interest of the citizens we govern because they have the power to revolt." End quote. The paper also reports on the statements made by the presidential aspirant of the Forum for Democratic Change, General Mugisha Muntu, who said although it is not clear who will end up leading Zimbabwe, whoever prevails will need the backing of both the military and the citizens. And as Uganda, no autocrat lasts forever.
Celui qui l'emportera aura besoin du soutien des militaires mais aussi des citoyens. Et en Ouganda, pour l'Ouganda en particulier, nous devons comprendre qu'aucun autocrate ne dure éternellement, a-t-il poursuivi. Ensuite, the
Africa Portal focuses on sexual violence, especially of vulnerable groups of women and children in conflict zones, violence that is all the more serious when perpetrated by the United Nations peacekeepers deployed in missions whose objective is to protect these communities. The author of the article deplores the fact that it is a phenomenon of great magnitude. The scourge of United Nations staff members involved in such scandals was discovered in the early 2000s. United Nations humanitarian workers in Sierra Leone and neighboring countries were exposed for providing humanitarian assistance in exchange for sexual relations. The author goes on to say that the United Nations recently began preventive actions to eradicate the problem. However, much still remains to be done, says the Africa Portal, particularly with regard to gender equality. The underemployment of women peacekeepers is a hindrance to denunciation.
De choses à faire. En effet, le sous-déploiement des femmes gardiennes de la paix constitue un frein à la dénonciation. Selon le site, l'on estime en effet que les victimes auraient plus tendance à se confier à des femmes qu'à des hommes en cas d'agression sexuelle. Enfin, pour clore cette revue de presse,
we end this press review with the Ethiopian Herald. The daily newspaper tells us that the Ethiopian Investment Commission has won the United Nations Investment Award for 2017 for its outstanding performance in promoting, facilitating and implementing sustainable investment projects. In a press release, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development commended the Horn of African country for its performance. In particular, the sustainable features of Ethiopia's industrialization approach, the targeted investor recruitment strategy that resulted in the attraction of leading global firms in Hawassa.
Qui a permis d'impliquer de grandes entreprises multinationales dans le projet du parc industriel de Hawassa notamment.